Hi, I'm Lauren Rivers, and this is my review of Qwuediviv Qwuediviv and its sequel, Kerfluffle's Lunchbox of Communication by K.F. Martin. So, this is a pair of books that features a crew of alien kitties that end up on the wrong planet by mistake. And I had actually been following the author, from their art prior to the book's release, and I had been interested in it just because it seemed like my kind of sense of humor. It's according to the back jacket of the first book, it says it's got the best in kitty logic, and I'd have to agree with that. The book basically centers around, at least the first one, focuses around three characters: Lieutenant Smiley, the lead feline in this alien crew; Cedric, who is the unfortunate human that he happens to run across; and Spork, who is, I guess the best way to describe it is grumpy and not a whole lot of fun in terms of the personality type. But Smiley ends up on Earth and completely separated from the rest of the crew. He kind of has to fend for himself for a little while. So he ends up wandering into the house of Cedric, who really doesn't kind of know what to make of him, and understandably so. And pretty much Smiley is just your typical kind of kitty mentality. I mean, one of those ones where if the cat falls off the table, they'll get up and say, "I meant to do that." Kind of ones where they their perception of the world is kind of half of the fun of the book. The dialogue is a lot of fun. The narrative style is very enjoyable. I mean, you can definitely tell that it's from somebody who knows kitties and felines really well, and definitely has been owned by a kitty themselves, I'm certain. And maybe this is just biased because I'm a cat person, but I really enjoyed these books. The first book mostly just focuses on Smiley, Cedric, and how they kind of just sort of learn to live with each other. Some of the illustrations on the inside are one of the things that appealed to me about this book. It's got about 4 or 5, all done by the author themselves. And one of them includes Smiley doing battle with a cactus, which, I mean, there's, if you can just picture an alien cat encountering a cactus and viewing it as a hostile life form, I mean, that kind of tells you all you need to know. And I really enjoyed the first one, so of course I was eager to check out the second one. It took me longer than it probably should have, but I'm a slow reader, but I do get to everything eventually. And the second one, focuses on Smiley's efforts to try and find the rest of his missing crew, which he outlined at least in some degree in the first book. And so during the sequel, he and Spork and Cedric, to some lesser extent, go to find the rest of the crew, which gradually over time starts accumulating at Cedric's house. Now, of course, this poor human has no idea what to do with the increasing amount of alien kitties that are filling up his house, and he kind of just grins and bears it, I guess is the best way to put it. He doesn't really know what to do with them, but they keep on kind of just being kitties. And while the crew is attempting to establish communication with their home planet, they end up getting stuck because of a bureaucratic idiosyncrasy, because they can't order the right equipment without an authorization, but they can't get the authorization without communicating with their home planet. So, it results in a whole bunch of a lot of logical difficulties, I guess would be a good way to put it. And they kind of use Cedric's stuff with or without his permission. I'm not entirely sure. Trying to assemble a communication device to reach their home planet. The book overall is very enjoyable. I mean, it's not a long book, but it's fun. I mean, I definitely enjoyed reading both of them, and if there are any more that pop out, I'll definitely check them out, and I would absolutely recommend it because top marks. It's very hard to get a universal thumbs up from me, and these books definitely get it because they are just spectacular. So if you're looking for something fun to check out, I would suggest trying these. Okay, I guess that's it for these, and it's Lauren out. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. You can also find me on Twitter and a few other places on the web, or support me via Patreon or Ko-fi. Zebra hugs!